Hello and welcome. You're watching News Today. We come to you from Dwarka in the national capital. Viewers, it's the eve of Delhi elections. The big question, will it be a triangular or a bipolar contest? A big talking points. It seems that the top brass of the Congress has decided to take it a tad easy. Will now what we witness be a bipolar contest between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party, with the Congress taking a back seat? All of that coming up over the course of the next 45 minutes. Allow me to take you through the headlines. Delhi battlefield hots up. Congress top brass missing in action on campaign trail. Congress claims Rahul unwell. BJP alleges AAP Congress nexus. AAP MLA Amanatullah Khan defends his son threatening cops, claims challan for son's bike illegally issued. Anurag Thakur hits out, says AAP regularly threatens common man. Saif attack probe mystery deepens. Medical report shows it was Saif's friend Afsar Zaidi who admitted the actor to the hospital, not Taimur as claimed by doctors. Saif's statement recorded. High drama at the Waqf JPC meet. 10 opposition MPs suspended over ruckus. Suspended parliamentarians claim high-handedness by JPC chairperson Jagdambika Pal. Trump-Putin talks on the cards. Russian President Putin open to dialogue. This after the US President urges Russia to end the war in Ukraine, threatening heavy sanction tariffs. Across to a big story this evening, and that is a question, viewers. Has the Congress pulled its hand, the High Command pulled its hand from the Delhi elections? Rahul Gandhi was to start campaigning 2 days ago. Well, he is not on the campaign trail. The Congress says he's unwell. The BJP says he's playing into the hands of Arvind Kejriwal, the Aam Aadmi Party. The first rally that the Congress had held, which Rahul Gandhi had held, was in Selampur. Right after that, he released some videos. There was an indication that the Congress is going to fight it out this election against the Aam Aadmi Party. But what looks like right now is that the campaign of the Congress largely left to the local leadership, and it is turning out to be a bipolar contest.
जैसे प्रचार नरेंद्र मोदी जी करते हैं मीडिया का, झूठे वायदे, एक के बाद एक, एक के बाद एक, एक के बाद एक झूठे वायदे, वैसे ही स्ट्रेटेजी केजरीवाल जी की है.
राहुल जी हमारे बीच में आ चुके हैं.
Rahul Gandhi joined the Congress campaign in Delhi on January 13th. Since then, he has addressed no rallies. With less than 2 weeks for voting, the Congress MP is missing from the battlefield. The Congress claims that the leader of opposition has had to cancel his rallies this week due to ill health.
बहुत जल्दी शुरू होंगी. राहुल जी की तबीयत थोड़ी नासाज है, इसलिए थोड़ा कुछ प्रोग्राम्स उनके कैंसिल हुए थे, लेकिन बहुत जल्दी वो दिल्ली के प्रचार मैदान में उतरेंगे.
Citing Rahul's absence from campaign, the BJP is pointing to the possibility of an unofficial pact between Congress and Aam Aadmi Party.
कांग्रेस पार्टी पूरे मन से कहां कूदी है अभी तक, तो अंदर खाने कुछ चल रहा है. हिम्मत है तो खुलकर कूदिए ना. मैं उम्मीद करूंगा खुलकर कूदिए, सिर्फ वीडियो नहीं बनाइए, प्रचार करिए. लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी का प्रभावी प्रचार दिखाई नहीं पड़ता है. तो कुछ अंदर खाने चल रहा है. कोई बात नहीं है, चलाइए. अरविंद केजरीवाल किस पर सवाल नहीं उठाते हैं? अपनी पार्टी पर भी उठाते हैं, अपने लोगों पर भी उठाते हैं, लेकिन हाँ, राहुल गांधी पर जवाब नहीं देते हैं.
AAP had earlier lashed out at Rahul Gandhi after the Congress leader targeted Kejriwal in his first rally.
If the Congress does really well and ends up stopping the Aam Aadmi Party, it could also end up being credited for scripting a victory for its arch rival, the BJP. If the party goes all guns blazing against Arvind Kejriwal and does poorly, then it would have lost the high moral ground in the India alliance and also the image of its top leadership could take a terrible beating. With video journalist Alok, this is Mosmi Singh in Delhi for India Today.
All right, so this winter evening in the national capital, the big questions that we ask: has the Congress left this election? Has Rahul Gandhi pulled his hand? He was supposed to start his Padayatra, his rally 2 days ago. The Congress is citing ill health, but larger political connotations being read. Are we now looking at a bipolar contest in the national capital between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Aam Aadmi Party? A lackluster Congress helping the Aam Aadmi Party or the BJP? Let's take these questions this evening to our panelists. Joining me, Sanju Verma, National Spokesperson, Bharatiya Janata Party; Charan Singh Sapra, National Spokesperson, Congress; Akshay Marathe, Spokesperson, Aam Aadmi Party; Rashid Kidwai, author and political commentator. Rashid Kidwai, I would reckon before we go to our political analysts, what's really going on in the Congress, Rashid Kidwai? In the beginning, we thought that the Congress is going to sit this one out. Then suddenly we saw that rally in Seelampur by Rahul Gandhi. The same day, he released multiple videos in Delhi. There was a sudden resurgence in the Congress cadre. You could see it on ground. And suddenly now, there is no Rahul Gandhi, there is no Mr. Kharge, there is no Priyanka Gandhi. Has the Congress decided that let the local unit fight it? If they come in, they possibly might only help the BJP.
Preeti, first of all, I think Congress in Delhi can only improve its tally, its position. It cannot further go down because for last 2 elections, it's drawing blank. The Congress did not start off well because mentally they were quite in tune with Aam Aadmi Party in the wake of Lok Sabha election, where there was an alliance in Delhi for 7 seats. So the Congress was hoping that there will be an alliance and Congress will be fighting on 5, 7, 10 seats out of 70 in Delhi. Now, Aam Aadmi Party, particularly Arvind Kejriwal, unilaterally went alone, solo, criticizing Congress, and we all know there was a ugly spat. The central leadership of Congress is not too excited about Delhi prospect because it knows that if it does well in terms of vote share, not so much in terms of seats, it's going to only help the BJP. And that is why BJP is very much encouraging the Congress and, asking questions, why Congress is not doing this, why Congress is not doing this. And the BJP interest in Congress comes from their own inbuilt weakness, because a strong Congress is a good news for the BJP. The state unit of BJP, Preeti, state unit of the Congress, Preeti, as you know very well, has a lot of grudge against Arvind Kejriwal. They hold him responsible for their poor state of affairs. So they are going whole hog trying to do that. I think Rahul Gandhi is indeed unwell. He is not capable of actually doing this kind of drama that some politicians do, that faking illness or finging illness, etc. I think that's not what Rahul Gandhi is all about. So here it is.
Okay, one can say, chalo, Rahul Gandhi is unwell. But what about Priyanka Gandhi? She was on the ground in Haryana, in Maharashtra. Where is Priyanka Gandhi? Where is Mr. Kharge? Where is the top leadership of the Congress, the national leaders who we see on ground today? Nobody else than Sandeep Dikshit, Harun Yusuf.
So, Preeti, how much is 0 plus 0?
I'll leave the maths to the voters, Rashid Kidwai.
Absolutely. So here the thing is that if Congress gets 2-3 seats, which they are capable of getting, they'll end up, their best prospect is having a tie-up with Aam Aadmi Party. Having a tie-up with BJP is out of question. Sanju Verma would agree that that's not a realm of possibility. So that is why there is a sense of, demoralization, inertia, inactivity, whatever you want. A political party, there are 5 states, Preeti, where Congress is sitting on duck. They do not have a single MLA.
All right, okay. Charan Singh Sapra, pulling you in on this. How demoralizing is this, and how disrespectful, Charan Singh Sapra, is this for your cadre in the national capital, for your local candidates in the national capital? Leave alone what it might do politically. But you're fighting this election and your top leadership is nowhere to be seen. In 9 days, Delhi will vote.
See, Preeti, generally I don't disagree with Mr. Rashid Kidwai. But today I would like to disagree with Mr. Rashid Kidwai if he's saying that Congress campaign is a lackluster campaign or we are not interested or less interested. I don't agree with that. See, the fact is he himself said that Rahul Gandhiji is unwell, he's not keeping well. And we have already seen him in Silampur. It was a well-attended rally and he lambasted both Aam Aadmi Party as well as the Bharatiya Janata Party. The very next day he went to Rithala, he visited Purvanchal houses over there, had that dahi curd and chivda over there, and he released various videos also. You only said that. So Rahul Gandhi is very much into the campaign. He is not keeping well. As far as other senior leaders are concerned, of course, it was the Congress party who, told Arvind Kejriwal as Farjiwal. And even Ajay Maken said that he is an anti-national. He gave substantial proof for that also. Arvind Kejriwal was very upset on that. So Congress has been attacking Aam Aadmi Party as well as Bharatiya Janata Party. 2 days earlier, Ajay Maken, he exposed the 382 crore scam, healthcare scam of Arvind Kejriwal. He showed how the money could not be used, how there is shortage in hospital. Everything he exposed Arvind Kejriwal and Aam Aadmi Party. Similarly, in liquor scam, when the BJP 7-member parliaments and 8 MLAs were fast asleep, it was the Congress leadership which exposed the liquor scam. So Congress has been exposing all the scams of
very politely. I'll come in with a rebuttal, and I'd like to remind you, and as a seasoned politician, Charan Singh Sapra, which you are, you will have an idea on why am I asking you this question. Let me give you some figures, Charan Singh Sapra. Last time, 2020, 23 rallies were addressed by no one else but Amit Shah. This time around, 14 rallies are being addressed by Yogi Adityanath. The Prime Minister is going to be jumping in with 5 rallies is what we have been given to understand. I'm just giving you figures. Forget about the Aam Aadmi Party. Arvind Kejriwal on a daily basis is addressing 4 or 5 rallies. Yeah. Now, put this in perspective, Charan Singh Sapra. As a true congressman, do you actually believe that one rally of Rahul Gandhi in Silampur and 2 videos is going to do the trick for the Congress? Really?
No, I'm not saying that. But the fact is that the Telangana Chief Minister was there. Mr. D.K. Shiv Kumar has campaigned for Delhi Congress over there. Further, Salman Khurshid, Ajay Maken, Sachin Pilot, all the leadership is there. They are into the campaign. They have been taking press conference. They have been going to different constituencies. And there are programs lined up in the days to come, whereby Mr. Kharge will also be there, whereby Srimati Priyanka Gandhi, Shri Rahul Gandhiji, everybody is going to be there in the field. We are not running away from the field. Don't think that way.
It's an uncomfortable spot to put you in. And, you say they're all there. Well, right now they are not there. Will they come in days to come? There are 9 days left.
See what, again, just 10
Sanju Verma, allow me to open up the panel, sir. Sanju, no, allow me to open up the panel, sir. I'll circle back to you. Sanju Verma, I want to get you in on this. This isn't good news for Sanju Verma or the BJP. Because if the Congress actually decides to sit this one out, at least the top leadership, and leaves it to the local, leaders to fight, that might not augur very well for the Bharatiya Janata Party, because to get that vote share of the Aam Aadmi Party to go down in terms of there is a significant decrease in seat share, the Congress, Sanju Verma, for the BJP has to rise over 4% and has to close in from 10 to 12%. Plain arithmetic, psephological math.
Okay, Preeti, I'm not going to be nasty and say that plain psephological arithmetic, got beating in both Haryana predictions and Maharashtra, where everybody had written off the BJP, and look, we rose like a phoenix in Maharashtra, and in Haryana we surprised even the most, pro-Congress psephologists. Sabko muh ki khani padi, but be that as it may, let me just say one thing. I'm glad you focused on data. Now let me give you some data. First and foremost, very quickly, the Aam Aadmi Party peaked out in 2015. In 2020, there was a 0.73% decline in the Aam Aadmi Party's vote share compared to the vote share that it notched up in 2015. And the Aam Aadmi Party managed to increase its vote share in only 32 out of the 7070 seats in 2020. That's the math for Aam Aadmi Party. the elections in 2025 in Delhi are very different from the Delhi Assembly elections of 2020. In 2025, Kejriwal neither has empathy of the voters nor has sympathy of the voters. There is massive anti-incumbency on the ground. The third point, and the most important one, is this. In 2020 Assembly elections, in 38 out of the 70 seats, the BJP actually managed to get a vote share of a massive 40%. And in 17 out of these 38 seats, the BJP was trailing the Aam Aadmi Party by only 5 percentage points. Now, what does this mean? This means that if the BJP focuses on these 38 seats, and if the Congress manages to get even 4, 5 or 6% vote share, then thanks to the first past the post system, this is going to be a direct contest between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. And if the BJP can capitalize on the low-hanging fruit, which in this case is these 38 seats, where we managed to get 40% vote share last time, then for the BJP to translate vote share into winnable seats is going to click. And this time around, we are going to form the government, something that has not happened for the past 27 years, whereby the BJP has been out of power in Delhi. That is the arithmetic. And let me just say one thing very clearly. I will know you will tell me, and rightfully so. Can I just quickly say this? Before you tell me, Sanju Verma, a Lok Sabha election is very different from an assembly election, that you know as a seasoned journalist, and I know that too. But let's not kid ourselves. Let's not discount the fact that from a vote share of 38.51%, which the BJP got in Delhi 2020 assembly elections, come 2024 Lok Sabha elections, BJP's vote share in Delhi was a massive 54.35%, whereas the Aam Aadmi Party actually managed a vote share of just 24.17%, and the Congress was at 18.9%.
All right.
So if you take this math into account,
all right,
also,
Sanju Verma, I'm going to bring in Akshay Marathe. No, I'll tell you what I will say. I love it when you preempt me or my spokesperson preempts me, but I'm not giving you 2020 figures, neither the 2024 figures. I'll give you Lok Sabha 2019 figures. Because 2019, it seemed that the BJP, if Lok Sabha, share of the BJP, which was more than this time around, Sanju Verma, and I'm going to put those figures there, it was more than 53%. And correct me if I'm wrong, in 2019, one would have thought that come 9 months later, the BJP would sweep Delhi. Did the BJP sweep Delhi? No, it was quite the contrary. Just giving you figures a year earlier. But you made your point. I want to bring in Akshay Marathe into this conversation. Akshay, ma'am, allow me to come back, circle back like Charan Singh Sapra, and you can clear your point. Akshay Marathe is the former Delhi Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal, usually likes to put down things in writing right on the eve of Delhi elections. Is there a thank you note he's sending to Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi or even Mr. Kharge this time? Because you see a very angry, vociferous local Congress unit, but you see abject silence coming in from the top.
Preeti, first of all, thank you for having me on your show. And I want to say I'm very happy to be on the same platform as Charan Singh Sapra Saab. I've been in the same school as his son and I have fond memories of his son. And it's an honor to be on the same platform as you, sir. But let me come to the point, Preeti. I think you know that kahavat, agar meri chachi ki muche hoti to wo chacha hoti.
Akshay Marathe.
So I think, sorry, I missed what you said.
No, go ahead. Okay, I'm outside. There's a problem, but please go ahead, make your point.
No, I was saying वो एक कहावत होती है ना कि चाची की अगर मूछे होती तो वो मेरे चाचा होते. That's how the BJP is sounding about the Congress party's performance today. That if the Congress performs with 10% of the vote share, then BJP can get this low-hanging fruit. These kinds of fantasies of the Bharatiya Janata Party that the Congress will somehow revive itself. And that's how they will use the Congress party to defeat the Aam Aadmi Party. That has become very clear today. And I think I have a theory on why the Congress became such a big issue in this election. Because, see, the last two Vidhan Sabha elections, Aam Aadmi Party was getting over 50% of the vote share. It was such a one-sided contest that I think even election analysts had got bored. Iska analysis kya kare? Agar ek party ko 50% se zyada vote aa raha hai, to what is the point of any election analysis? That's why it was very important to introduce a third X factor as yourself and Rajdeep Sardesai like to call in election analysis. So you introduce an X factor to make the election a bit exciting. But now as things get closer to the election date, people make up their mind. And we have seen that there is a trend towards bipolarity in Indian elections. Anybody who wants Arvind Kejriwal back as Chief Minister will vote for Aam Aadmi Party. Anybody who does not want Arvind Kejriwal to come back as Chief Minister will not vote for Aam Aadmi Party. There are only two options. There is no third option here. So I think this discussion about whether we should thank the Congress Party or not thank the Congress Party is a bit futile, and I'm not saying this with any arrogance. I have been on the receiving end of this kind of discourse. When we went to Gujarat, Preeti, Gujarat elections happened in December. Our leader was there campaigning from March of that year. Every week he would go there and build the ground and establish a presence of the Aam Aadmi Party. Then we won 5 MLA seats. I think Congress also needs to understand that you can't come at the eve of an election and say, okay, now we are also a player and vote for us. A lot of work needs to go into every election. Aam Aadmi Party is working very hard on the ground.
Akshay Marathe, today who you are calling your vote cutter, or what was calling your vote cutter till yesterday, which was the Congress Party, the Congress can turn around and say every inch of political land that you have acquired in the national capital has come at the cost of the Congress Party. So you are the original vote cutters. You have every right to do so, and so does the Congress. But I want to now, allow me to bring. I'm coming back to you. Allow me to bring in Rashid Kidwai and Charan Singh Sapra and Sanju Verma back into this conversation. Rashid Kidwai, I want to pull you back in because Akshay Marathe started off with the analogy of a mooch. But Rashid Kidwai, what happens to the mooch of the Congress? Mooch ka bhi sawal hai, Rashid Kidwai. You have, successively lost elections. The Aam Aadmi Party has constantly made political gain at the back of the Congress' demise. Where is the Congress's high command? This time, this election was a short chance for the Congress for maybe not a revival, but a small resurgence in the national capital. You have 10 years of anti-incumbency, if not more. This is a very different election than 2020. There is a minority vote which is looking at the Congress. There is this Dalit vote at the back of the Samvidhan chapter which is looking at the Congress. But there is no Congress in terms of the top leadership. Where are they to capitalize?
I think, Preeti, there is an undue kind of focus on top leadership being in fray in place like Delhi, where there is a sort of every candidate is known weakness or strength, whether it is Alka Lamba or Sandeep Dixit. So Congress is a very well-known political party. It does not need, candidates don't need that kind of push from Rahul that it can make many Congress leaders win. It's a very tough battle for Congress since 2013-14 onwards in Delhi, and congressmen know this thing very well. Preeti, there is no social group which is with the Congress. You have look at on the caste lines, you look at the regional lines, there are a lot of Punjabi vote, South Indian vote, Bengali vote, Purvanchali vote, all kind of votes in Delhi. There is no segment that you can say is with the Congress. Now it comes Muslim vote. The Muslim vote, unless Muslims collectively decide to side with Congress and let Kejriwal lose election, that's in the realm of possibility. That is the only scenario I see that the Congress doing well, Congress getting 7, 8, 10% of votes. Remember, when there are 13% or 14% Muslim votes in the Congress, and they can make or break Mr. Kejriwal's electoral prospects. So that is the thing. I think Congress would not, at the end of the day, Preeti, you see, it's Delhi elections are not that important for the Congress in the sense, but if it means another victory for the BJP in Delhi, it would signal that now after the Congress, now the regional parties, on 8th of February, if it is Arvind Kejriwal, then sometime it will be Mamata Banerjee and some other regional party. They start losing to BJP, then one nation, one election. Preeti, you must remember Congress is a national political party.
Very strange way of cutting your nose to spite your face. Because yes, you feel that the BJP will capitalize on it, so therefore it's not an important election. But every election should be important. 30 seconds, sir, I'll bring in the others. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am saying the Congress has done it. They have done their historical duty many times in Punjab, Assam, Mizoram, several places where they were elected Congress government. They went out of power to allow regional party to come in and have a sense of restoration of democratic process. So national parties know what they are doing.
Okay. Okay. But Rashid Kidwai, many would suggest you're being a bit kind to the Congress because ultimately it's politics, it's not charity. You need to win election and you need to take every election very seriously. And therefore, with what Rashid Kidwai is suggesting, I want to bring in Charan Singh Sapra, is that the top leadership is not really important. But I'll tell you otherwise, Charan Singh Sapra, we've been on ground and we've been on certain minority seats because today the minority vote in Delhi has been looking for a Congress option. At the back of number 1, soft Hindutva by the Aam Aadmi Party. Number 2, abject silence from the top Aam Aadmi Party leadership when it came down to the 2020 riots. By not being on ground, Charan Singh Sapra, where you see your top leadership wanting to go for the kill and fight elections, you are giving the minority vote a default option, which is the Aam Aadmi Party. Number 2, we've been in Dalit Bastis. There are 12 reserved seats, all swept by the Aam Aadmi Party the last time around. There was scope for pulling a certain section of the Dalit vote back to you, which, imagine if there was a Mr. Kharge doing a rally in a Dalit Basti or Rahul Gandhi speaking of the Samvidhan card in a Dalit Basti, could have worked.
See, Preeti, the Akshay Marathe spoke about the Chacha and Chachi analogy. Let me tell you that चाचा और भतीजा यहाँ पर है, तो चाचा और भतीजा दोनों डर रहे हैं, दोनों को पता है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी is working like a double-edged sword. We'll cut into the votes of both Aam Aadmi Party as well as the BJP. What you are rightly saying, see, the time is still there. The Dalit votes or the Muslim votes. Rahul Gandhi ji, when he spoke in Silampur, he spoke about constitution, he spoke about reservation. He is not deserting those topics. So Congress party no way is deserting Dalits. We are no way deserting the Muslims. We are taking all the issues. Further, I would like to state that Aam Aadmi Party and BJP, they both are not talking on the development plank. There is, bankruptcy of issues with them. What are they talking? They are talking Hindu, Muslim, they are talking Ramayana, Ravan, Rohingya. What did Yogi Adityanath, he came over here and what he spoke? He spoke only about polarization. He tried to polarize, and the same will happen in the days to come also. But the Delhiites, what they want parties to speak on their issues. Congress party is taking the issues of Delhiites. We have been speaking against the air pollution, the Yamuna pollution. We have been speaking about the healthcare facilities in Delhi, the road conditions, the conditions of stormwater drains. These are the issues which Congress party has been taking every day. Today we have taken up the issue of Purvanchalis. We have said that there will be a separate Purvanchal Mantralaya and there will be a designated budget also to the Purvanchal Mantralaya. So we are looking Delhi on the whole and we are having a comprehensive policy.
Sir, I want to bring in Sanju Verma, but you're someone who understands elections, Charan Singh Sapra. You're actually telling me that abhi waqt baki hai. There are 9 days, sir. 9 exact days before Delhi goes to poll. Sanju Verma, to bring you back in with what you suggested, otherwise, I know you wanted to come in, so complete with what you were saying. Allow her, sir.
Can I?
Acha, sir, chalo, theek hai, 9 din bahut hote hain. But Sanju Verma, coming back to the larger question, the BJP would now, what is looking like an intensely bipolar contest, would need something of what is seen once in a blue moon, where, politics or electoral landscape is concerned. You need to pull out something like a Maharashtra in Delhi to bridge that gap from what was the last time, a 38.6 to a 53.4.
Preeti, on a lighter note, tell me honestly, when was the last time you ever gave credit to BJP for pulling out a rabbit out of its hat? You did not give us a fig leaf of a chance, Preeti, in Haryana or in Maharashtra. But see where we are.
Haryana.
Okay, now let me come to the
both, ma'am, both concede.
Yeah, that was on a lighter note, Preeti. That's the beauty of being on your debates. You don't take offense to, indulgent humor once in a while. Let me just say one thing very clearly. For the Congress party, I have said this on umpteen occasions. They don't have their priorities in place. Delhi election ke चुनाव खत्म भी हो जाएंगे, बट राहुल गांधी अंबानी अडानी का घिसा पीटा नारा लगाते रहेंगे. Mallikarjun Kharge, look at his priorities. Instead of talking about Delhi, He is busy talking about सोनिया गांधी ने कितना बलिदान दिया, मनमोहन सिंह को प्रधानमंत्री की कुर्सी दे दी, राजीव गांधी का बलिदान देखिए, पंडित नेहरू का बलिदान देखिए. अरे भाई साहब, move away from the बलिदान of the dynasty and talk about situation on the ground in Delhi. This is the same Priyanka Vadra who has the time to run to Hathras saying लड़की हूँ, लड़ सकती हूँ, but she does not have the time to campaign in Delhi. This is the same Rahul Gandhi कैसा वक्त निकालकर बीमार पड़े हैं, चुनाव सर पर चढ़ा है, इलेक्शन इज इन फीवरिश पिच मोड और इन्हें खांसी सर्दी बुखार सब हो गया है. यदि कोई बीजेपी का नेता होता 104 बुखार में भी जमीन पर उतर जाता कैंपेन करने के लिए. दैट इज द डिफरेंस, जो एक जुनून होना चाहिए. पॉलिटिक्स इज अबाउट बीइंग ऑब्सेसिव in more ways than one. That junoon is missing in the Congress. But I will just say this to Akshay Marathe. He made a very interesting analogy about Chachi ki मूछें and Chacha ji. You know, it added the right kind of humor. But I want to also, how can I, take a step back? तो ये कहावत है, बर्बाद गुलिस्ता करने को बस एक ही उल्लू काफी है. बर्बाद गुलिस्ता करने को बस एक ही उल्लू काफी है. यहाँ तो हर डाल पे उल्लू बैठा है, अंजामे गुलिस्ता क्या होगा. यहाँ तो हर डाल पे उल्लू बैठा है, अंजामे गुलिस्ता क्या होगा. Basically, the limited point is this: that Kejriwal had something of an X factor maybe in 2015. It receded in 2020. In 2025, Kejriwal is a millstone, is an albatross around the neck of his own party, of which he is one of the primary founders. यदि केजरीवाल चुनाव जीत जाते, उनका 2 रुपए का रेनॉल्ड का पेन हरियाणा का चुनाव जीत जाता और 5 रुपए की उनकी मफलर, 5 रुपए का उनका मफलर गोवा का चुनाव जीत जाता.
Allow her to finish.
Can I please finish? No, can I finish, Preeti? 2 रुपए का रेनॉल्ड पेन हरियाणा का चुनाव नहीं जिता पाया.
20 seconds बाद make your point.
50 रुपए की नीली बुशर्ट आपको उत्तराखंड का चुनाव नहीं जिता पाया. आपकी फेक खांसी आपको कर्नाटका नहीं जिता पाई, where you lost deposits on 99.8% of the seats you contested. And talking of Gujarat, you were saying केजरीवाल, what was he saying? मुझे ना IB से खबर आई है, हमको 150 सीटें तो जरूर मिलेंगी, पर गुजरात वालों मुझे 190 सीटें दिलवा दीजिए. You were talking of 185, you were reduced to 5, and you come on national TV debates.
Okay. All right. Final comments. Akshay Marathe, bringing you in on this. Akshay Marathe, if this is what it looks like right now. There are only 9 days left. This is now looking like an intensely bipolar contest until and unless the Congress pulls all its stops starting tomorrow, which seemingly is not happening right now. Do you understand, Akshay Marathe, taking off from what Sanju Verma said? This is now a referendum for or against Arvind Kejriwal.
Preeti, I am again saying the same thing, that every debate that I come to, the BJP spokesperson always comes and asks questions of where is the Congress party, when is Rahul Gandhi going to campaign. Have you ever seen this happen before, that the BJP is begging the Congress party to please haath jod ke please come and campaign, otherwise hamari movement will be.
Allow him. Everyone allow the same courtesy that you are extending. Can I get Akshay Marathe? Okay, one second.
I understand.
Okay, I want to bring in Akshay Marathe, and then Akshay Marathe, you have 2 minutes, and then I'm going to close. Make your point.
I understand why Sanju Verma is so upset, because the BJP is very desperate right now in Delhi. Look, why does Aam Aadmi Party keep winning time and time again? It's because India is going through a period of intense economic distress all across India. It's not just Delhi. People are struggling with inflation. People are struggling with job loss. People are struggling with the fact that there is high income inequality. And they see that all these big corporations, they get free money from the government in terms of loan, loan default, and those kinds of benefits going to the corporate class of this country is seen by the Aam Aadmi, and they wonder, when will we get something? And Aam Aadmi Party represents that party which is saying, you pay your tax honestly, we will give you free education, free healthcare, free water, free electricity, and we will give you high quality. It's not just that we are giving all these things free. And if you look at an average household in Delhi, Preeti, if you have 2 kids, and who go to a Delhi government school. You are saving 5,000 rupees every month on school fees. If you go to a doctor even once every month, you are saving 1,000 rupees on doctor's consultation and the medicine costs. So these kinds of tangible benefits that Aam Aadmi Party is providing is the secret sauce of Aam Aadmi Party's victory. No party can come on the eve of the election and say that we are giving
on this note,
that guarantee.
Okay. I appreciate. All right, I appreciate all four of you for joining us. Thank you. We'll know which side Delhi decides. On the 5th is when Delhi votes and 8th is when the results are out. One thing that we can say, at least what it looks like right now, earlier on there seemed to be an indication that this could be a triangular contest with the Congress also stepping in. Now here's what is seeming very clear, at least the messaging coming in from the Congress High Command, that this will be a bipolar contest. And kid you not, this will be a referendum on Arvind Kejriwal, this way or that. Thank you for all our guests for joining us. All right, let's move on, but stick to the news coming in from the national capital, and it's another face-off brewing between the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Aam Aadmi Party over the security of the former Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal.
इस देश के इतिहास में कोई ऐसा Z+ सिक्योरिटी का प्रोटेक्टी रहा है जिसकी गाड़ी पे पत्थर फेंके गए और पुलिस सामने ना आई हो? कोई ऐसा Z+ सिक्योरिटी का प्रोटेक्टी रहा है जिसपे कोई पदार्थ फेंक देता है, पुलिस वाले वहां पे खड़े होते हैं और वो उसे रोकते नहीं है, वो उसे पकड़ते नहीं है? और भारतीय जनता पार्टी और अमित शाह का एक ही मकसद है, किसी भी तरह से अरविंद केजरीवाल जी को खत्म कर देना। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की सिक्योरिटी में पंजाब पुलिस उनको सुरक्षा देने के लिए, उनको फिजिकली प्रोटेक्ट करने के लिए बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभा रही थी।
जहां तक उनकी सिक्योरिटी की बात है, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी कहते थे मैं सुरक्षा नहीं लूंगा, वो आज मुख्यमंत्री भी नहीं है। लेकिन एक राज्य केवल दिल्ली के ही नहीं, यहां की सिक्योरिटी तो है ही है, केंद्र की भी, पंजाब की भी, पंजाब के मुख्यमंत्री से ऊपर उनका नाम है Z+ सिक्योरिटी में। ऐसा कौन सा, क्यों है? सवाल ये खड़ा होता है कि जो व्यक्ति कल तक कहता था मैं बड़ी गाड़ी बड़ा घर और मैं सिक्योरिटी नहीं लूंगा, आज 8 बंगले तोड़वा कर शीश महल बनाता है, एक राज्य नहीं 2 राज्यों की सिक्योरिटी लेता है, 60 लोग लेके चलता है, और तीसरा वो सब बातें करता है जो कभी कहीं नहीं थी।
All right, one of the most fiercely contested seats is one on which is standing from the Aam Aadmi Party ticket the incumbent Chief Minister Atishi, facing off with BJP's Ramesh Biduri and the Congress's Alka Lamba, the seat of Kalkaji. We speak both to the incumbent and the challengers. The candidates, right, you know, that you're fighting against, you have Ms. Alka Lamba from the Congress Party, who was with you as your colleague in the Aam Aadmi Party, who actually won an election on your ticket, the Aam Aadmi ticket in 2015. How does that work? And because she's also a woman, you know, there is a certain familiarity where women candidates are concerned, and she is trying to exploit the same. Do you think it will make any impact?
See, I think 2 things. First of all, to be very fair, Congress now does not have very much of a ground presence in Delhi. So Congress, people do feel that Congress, giving a vote to the Congress is often wasting your vote. So I don't think Congress is frankly under serious consideration. Number one, people also regard her as an outsider, that she has never really been here before. People don't actually know her. And I think that that probably doesn't work that well for her as a candidate.
You also have somebody who's been very, very vocal on a BJP ticket, Ramesh Biduri.
I don't think vocal is the word. Vocal is probably a euphemism. I think rude, sexist, in Hindi जिसमें कहते हैं ना गाली गलौज करने वाला, गुंडागर्दी करने वाला. So I don't think the people forget just of Kalkaji. I don't think anyone likes it. I think there's been
He's been a sitting MP from here.
And in fact, interestingly, in the 10 years he was MP, he has not done one development work for the people of Kalkaji. There is this, see, because we talk a lot about our work, every program that we go to, everything, we talk about the work that we have done. So recently he has also started talking about the work he has done as an MP, and there's this leaflet he's been distributing that talks about work he's done in Palam, in Chhatarpur, in Tughlakabad. There is not one piece of developmental work that he has done for the people of Kalkaji when he was an MP here for 10 years. Not just that, even when he was an MP, people have hardly seen him here. And second, he is extremely foul-mouthed. And who would want a representative as someone whom you interact with on a day-to-day basis? See, I think it's very clear that as far as the BJP is concerned, they have nothing to talk about in terms of the work that they have done. Right? When an Aam Aadmi Party leader goes on stage, not just in Kalkaji, in any part of Delhi, we talk about the work that we have done. We stand and give like half an hour long bhashans on Bijli, Pani, school, Mohalla clinic. Now, BJP has also been in power for 10 years. Right? They're in the central government. They give thousands of crores in the budget to Andhra Pradesh. They give thousands of crores to Bihar. And what have they done in Delhi in 10 years? The Prime Minister has laid the foundation stone for 3 colleges. This is their achievement of 10 years. It's not as if he has inaugurated those 3 colleges. It will probably take 10 years for those colleges to even admit one single student. So BJP has not done anything for the people of Delhi. And so the only thing they can resort to is Gali Galauj actually. And if you look at BJP's campaign strategy, 10 a.m. in the morning, Virender Sachdeva will start the day by giving some galis to Arvind Kejriwal. 2 hours later, Smriti Irani will give some galis to Arvind Kejriwal. 3 hours later, Ramesh Bidodi will give some galis to me. Few hours later, Gaurav Bhatia will be on television giving galis to Arvind Kejriwal. But with that is their entire agenda.
विदुरी जी कैंपेन कैसा चल रहा है सर?
कैंपेन आपके सामने बहुत बढ़िया
बढ़िया चल रहा है।
बहुत बढ़िया चल रहा है।
सबसे बड़े मुद्दे क्या है विदुरी जी?
सबसे बड़े मुद्दे यहाँ का विकास
हुआ है कालकाजी में?
कुछ नहीं हुआ, सड़कें टूटी पड़ी है, सीवर लाइन सारे के सारे चौक है। अभी जाके कैंपों में जाइए बहन, तीनों कैंपों में जाइए। ये काम दिल्ली सरकार का है, दिल्ली सेंट्रल अर्बन इम्प्रूवमेंट बोर्ड का है। आतिश से पूछना चाहता हूँ, आप इन मुद्दों की बजाय इधर उधर की बातें करती हैं। नार के जीवन जी रहे। 10 साल पहले केजरीवाल ने कहा दिल्ली को लंदन बनाऊंगा, उससे भी बदतर स्थिति है। 10 साल में कुछ नहीं बदला इन झुग्गियों का, और उनका यहाँ पर विधायक है।
विदुरी जी, आतिशी जी कह रही हैं आप 10 साल तक MP रहे हैं, यहाँ पर काम नहीं किए हैं।
स्टेट का डेवलपमेंट राज्य सरकार के पास है, फिर भी जो काम मैंने किए, आतिशी जी ने कहा है एक काम गिनवा दो। यही 200 मीटर दूर पे 8 करोड़ की लागत से बरात घर बना हुआ है। यही एक डिस्पेंसरी बनी हुई है जहाँ पर आप खड़े हैं। कालकाजी में बरात घर बना हुआ है। आज 2 काम गिनवा दिए, मैं 4 गिनवाऊंगा। आतिशी 4 गिनवा दे, अब मैं 16 गिनवाऊंगा। तो ये प्रत्यक्ष दिखाई दे रहा है। और लोकसभा सांसद का काम स्टेट डेवलपमेंट का नहीं है, सहयोग करने का है। पूरे देश भर में ऐसी गाइडलाइंस है। कब तक गरीब लोगों को गुमराह करेंगे केजरीवाल?
आपको आपकी पार्टी ने बोला इसीलिए आप लड़ रहे हैं?
बिल्कुल, मेरी पार्टी, मेरे शीर्ष नेतृत्व ने कहा कि तुम्हें संगठन के साथ साथ चुनाव भी लड़ना है, और जब पार्टी का आदेश है तो सर माथे पर है। चुनाव लड़ने से अलका लांबा कभी नहीं डरी है। 5वां चुनाव लड़ रही हूँ।
क्या आपको लगता है कि आम आदमी पार्टी नहीं कर रही है, क्योंकि आप 5 साल उन्हीं के अंडर सर्व किए हैं?
नहीं, उन्होंने किया क्या है? शीला दीक्षित वाली आबाद दिल्ली को बर्बाद किया है। ये मैं नहीं, इलाके में कालकाजी में जाती हूँ तो वो कहते हैं इन्होंने, बीजेपी और आम आदमी ने शीला दीक्षित वाली दिल्ली को इन 10 सालों में 20 साल पीछे धकेल दिया है। गंदगी, कूड़ा, शीला जी के बाद सड़कें बनना, फ्लाईओवर वाली दिल्ली, मेट्रो वाली दिल्ली, नई DTC बसें जो धुआं छोड़ती थी उसे CNG में कन्वर्ट करने का काम किया। इन्होंने आगे बढ़ाने का काम नहीं किया। इन 10 सालों में दिल्ली की आबादी, जरूरतें, संसाधन बढ़े, पर इन्होंने कोई प्रयास नहीं किया। शीला जी के पास विजन था कि अलका 20 साल बाद दिल्ली की आबादी क्या होगी, जरूरतें क्या होंगी, आज से काम।
तो आम आदमी पार्टी ने कुछ नहीं किया?
नहीं, बर्बाद किया। शराब नीति लाए, किया बिल्कुल। दिल्ली को शराब की नीति में धकेलने का काम।
जब आप विधायक थी आपने तो किया ना, जब आम आदमी पार्टी के
विधायक। सरकार की बात कर रही हैं या विधायक की? ऐसा विधायक
आपकी बात
बिल्कुल। एज अ विधायक मेरे पास 50 करोड़ का फंड था। मैंने चांदनी चौक रीडेवलपमेंट पे जो है, शाहजहानाबाद रीडेवलपमेंट पे खर्च किया, जिसका नजारा 26 जनवरी गणतंत्र दिवस की परेड में विकास का मॉडल चांदनी चौक का मॉडल था, और दुनिया ने देखा। इस बात में मुझे गर्व है। लेकिन जो गलत फैसले थे केजरीवाल के, उसका मैंने एज अ विधायक, मरलीना जैसे हाँ में हाँ, ना में ना, उठो तो उठो, बैठो तो बैठो, टेम्परेरी सीएम कह के।
साथ काम किया है आपने आतिशी के साथ?
पार्टी तो एक ही थी ना हमारी। आतिशी का तो पहला चुनाव था, तो आतिशी तो पहला चुनाव लड़ी। 5 साल मुख्यमंत्री भी बनी, मंत्री भी बनी, सब कुछ बनी। अलका लांबा तो सिर्फ विधायक थी।
पिछली बार सिर्फ 4% आए थे कांग्रेस के। इस बार क्या कांग्रेस एक, मतलब मुझे तो बहुत अच्छा शब्द नहीं लगता, वोट कटवा, वोट कटर, उससे ऊपर उठ पाएंगे?
ये आम आदमी पार्टी ने ही वोट काटा है। अगर कोई वोट काटने वाली पार्टी, उसका
आपका
नाम है आम आदमी, जिसने कांग्रेस का सारा वोट, सारा भरोसा शीला दीक्षित जी को कोस कोस के गाली निकाल निकाल के, भ्रष्ट बता बता कर धोखे से जिसने कांग्रेस का वोट हरण किया, उसका नाम है अरविंद केजरीवाल। अब वो हमारा जो वोटर है, हमारा जो कार्यकर्ता है, इन चुनाव में हमारी तरफ लौट रहा है। दिल्ली में तो केजरीवाल ने, हमने जो 4 सीटें गठबंधन में दी, वो भी भाजपा की गोद में डाल दी। जो हमने हरियाणा के कुरुक्षेत्र में 1 सीट केजरीवाल को दी, वो भी हार कर भाजपा की गोद में डालने वाले का नाम केजरीवाल है। हमारा वोट अपनी तरफ लिया और भाजपा को दिया। भाजपा ने देखा कि पंजाब में और दिल्ली में हम कांग्रेस को बाहर नहीं कर पा रहे, उन्होंने केजरीवाल को आगे किया। तो ये इनका आगे पीछे का खेल है।
आप लेट हो रही हैं, इसीलिए एक आखिरी सवाल करूंगी। यहाँ पे जो आपकी कालका जी क्षेत्र है, बिडूरी जी जो बीजेपी से हैं, वो भी कह रहे हैं, आतिशी जी भी कह रही हैं कि जमानत जब्त होगी।
किसकी?
आप बताएं।
ये जनता तय करेगी ना, आतिशी और बिडूरी थोड़ी ना तय करेंगे। जनता ने तो वोट ही नहीं दिया। अगर जमानत किसी की जब्त होनी है, जिसने नर्क कालका जी को बनाया, जिसने नशे में धकेला, जिसकी भाषा बिधुड़ी की, हाँ, महिलाएं कह रही है वोट बाद में मांगना, बिधुड़ी माफी पहले मांगो, ये कैसी भाषा है? जिस नेता की भाषा ही ऐसी हो, उसे कोई अपना जनप्रतिनिधि क्यों बनाएगा? और आतिशी मरलीना तो कठपुतली है, सबसे कमजोर। अगर मैंने किसी को कभी देखा है तो वो है कठपुतली है, जिसको टेम्परेरी सीएम कह के अरविंद केजरीवाल ने बता दिया कि बस इनका सफर खत्म हो चुका है, तो कोई क्यों इनको वोट देगा?
All right, let's cut across to more political news that's coming in. It was a day of high drama at the Waqf JPC meeting. 10 opposition MPs were suspended. Why? Take a look.
The JPC meet on a Waqf bill marred by ruckus. 10 opposition MPs were suspended for the day after chaos ensued at the meeting on Friday. The suspended MPs include Mohammad Javed, Nasir Hussain, Imran Masood of Congress, Kalyan Banerjee and Nadeem ul Haq of TMC, A. Raja and M. Abdullah of the DMK, AIMIM Chief Asaduddin Owaisi, Samajwadi Party's Mohibullah Nadvi and Shiv Sena UBT MP Arvind Sawant.
बहुत बड़ा हो गया, जो इमोजी वो बोल देते।
The commotion started after 11 a.m. Opposition members claimed that they were not given enough time to research the changes proposed in the draft.
JPC is not an independent body. It hasn't made an empty formality. It has been reduced into a mockery. Things are controlled by others. Chairman is a doll. He is acting as a conduit pipe of someone. Sanity of the parliamentary democracy has been destroyed by this ministry.
नियम और कायदों का पालन नहीं होगा। 22 तारीख को हमारी सीटिंग थी, हम लोग लखनऊ में थे। फिर 24-25 के बजाय रात को 11:30 बजे नोटिफिकेशन फिर भेज दिया कि 25 के अभी जो है 27 को। मेरे को 2-2.5 घंटे की ड्राइव हो जाएगा, मैंने हो सकता है। लेकिन जो साउथ इंडिया से जो मेंबर्स हैं, जो दूर से मेंबर्स हैं, जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट के मेंबर हैं, तो उनके लिए बड़ी दिक्कत की बात है, किस तरह से मैनेज करेंगे।
JPC panel chairman denied the charges.
ये इस बात का दुख है कि आज की बैठक जितनी महत्वपूर्ण थी और बिना किसी कारण के जिस तरह से कल्याण बनर्जी ने आज इस कमेटी की बैठक में हंगामा किया और बिल के अंदर आकर के झगड़ा करने की कोशिश किया, गालियाँ दिया, मुझे लगता है आज उन्होंने सारी मर्यादा और सारी सीमाएं तोड़ दी। और जब 2 बार हम लोगों ने एडजर्न कर दिया मीटिंग, लेकिन उसके बावजूद वो सोच समझ करके आए थे कि आज हम इस मीटिंग को नहीं होने देंगे।
The BJP lambasted opposition MPs.
अपोजिशन बोलते रहता है, मैंने आज तक नहीं रोका, लेकिन जितनी भी मीटिंग हुई JPC की, जब मैं बोलने के लिए माइक लिया, तब तक अपोजिशन ने मेरी आवाज को दबाने का प्रयास किया और आज भी जिस तरह से बदतमीजी की, कहीं से भी एक्सेप्टेबल नहीं।
This is not the first time that the JPC meet on the Waqf bill has faced disruptions. A confrontation erupted between TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee and BJP MP Abhijit Gangopadhyay in October last year. Banerjee had also smashed a glass bottle and thrown it towards the chairperson Jagdambika Pal. With Mausami Singh and Himanshu Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, over to the Saif Ali Khan investigation. Twists and turns continue to emerge in the Saif Ali Khan case. The actor finally recorded his statement. More coming in that it was actually the actor's friend who took him to the hospital. And also now the accused's father has spoken up saying, "He's not my son, the man in the CCTV."
Questions, loopholes and twist after twist. The Saif Ali Khan stabbing mystery continues to unravel. This medical report from the Lilavati Hospital from 16th January has raised more questions about the events that unfolded. The document mentions Afzal Zaidi as the person who got the actor admitted to the hospital after the stabbing attack. It also says that Saif was admitted at 4:11 a.m. Sources say that Afzal Zaidi is a family friend who was called by Saif's family to handle paperwork at the hospital. He founded celebrity management firm Exceed Entertainment in 2005 and has represented major Indian actors like Hrithik Roshan, Priyanka Chopra and Saif himself. He also co-founded the apparel brand House of Pataudi with Saif Ali Khan. The details about Afzal Zaidi add further to the mystery surrounding the stabbing attack on Saif. Initial reports say that it was Saif's elder son, Ibrahim, who took Saif to the hospital in an auto. Then one of the doctors at Lilavati Hospital declared that a bleeding Saif walked in like a lion with his 8-year-old son, Taimur. Police also corroborated that it was Taimur and male staff member that got Saif in an auto to the hospital. And now the hospital report names Afzal Zaidi as the man who got Saif admitted to the hospital. A week after he was stabbed at his own home, Saif Ali Khan's statement has been recorded by the Mumbai police. He has told the cops that him and Kareena were in their bedroom on the 11th floor when they hear their son Jay's nanny scream. Both Saif and Kareena rushed to Jay's room and saw a stranger standing there, who then attacked Jay's nanny. Saif then held the attacker and overpowered him, losing grip only after the accused stabbed him multiple times on the back and neck. Saif says that his staff then took Jay out of the room and locked in the attacker. Meanwhile, the police custody of attacker Shariful Islam has been extended till January 29.
We have objected to the length. Already the investigation has been done regarding the weapon and everything. Everything has been done. It has been clearly stated in the court that the investigation related to the accused is over. Therefore, further police custody is not required. The investigation regarding the inquiry and the CDR and other things for which the accused custody is not required.
India Today has tracked down Shariful, alias Vijay Das' father, who claims that it is not his son in the CCTV video.
যে ছেলেকে অ্যারেস্ট করছে সেই ছেলে আমার, কিন্তু ভিডিও ফুটেজে যে ছবি দেখানো হচ্ছে সেই ওই ছবি ছেলে আমার না। কারণ আমি আমার ছেলেকে দেখেছি, সে তার বয়স 30 এবং সে দুই পাশে চুল রাখে এবং উপরে একটু বড়, তা কিন্তু সে ওই কপাল ঢেকে ওই চোখ পর্যন্ত এই ধরনের চুল সে রাখে না।
The police say that Saif's stabbing is a straight case of robbery gone wrong, but different versions emerging. There are big questions that continue to burn. With Vidya and Divesh Singh in Mumbai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's take you now to Kashmir for our good news story segment for the day. Well, the chinar trees in Jammu and Kashmir, unique to Jammu and Kashmir and also the pride and prestige of the valley. Well, the Jammu and Kashmir government has come up with an innovative idea to preserve the chinar trees of Kashmir, giving each tree a unique ID number. Yes, an Aadhaar for each chinar tree in Kashmir.
Chinar trees, the pride of Kashmir.
The Jammu and Kashmir Forest Department is giving unique identity numbers to each chinar tree in the Union Territory. An Aadhaar for the chinar.
This is the first of its kind digital tree Aadhaar, where every tree will have its own identity, and under this barcode, once you scan this barcode, you will come to know about everything as far as this tree is concerned, its health, its age, its girth, and its importance.
We have been having chinars like 40,000 plus numbers of chinars in Kashmir, and those almost have sequestered around 7 to 10 lakh tons of carbon. That is locked in their biomass. It's environmentally very important, and we need to protect them.
So far, close to 28,000 chinar trees have been tagged with barcodes across the valley.
Every tree is given a special Aadhaar number as prefixed by a district code. For example, we are having in Kupwara, we have district code from Kupwara. In Srinagar, we have district code of Srinagar. Then we give it a unique number, and we note down all the characteristics, physical characteristics of that tree.
The administration hopes tracking through unique number will go a long way in preserving the chinar. With Mir Farid, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, on that note, it's a wrap on News Today. You have a great weekend ahead, and we'll see you Monday. Thank you for watching.